In the olden days, before video games, we all used to sit around in the sand, sculpting vast and beautiful fantasy worlds full of limitless possibilities with our bare hands. Then games showed up and we all just sat and played them instead. But such is our innate will to find a box full of sand and make things with it, humankind went full circle and created Sandbox games. Hooray! Let's celebrate the best in sandbox gaming the PC currently has to offer. Minecraft is pure sandboxy goodness, limited only by your own imagination and how many mods you can be bothered to install. More than a game, it's a platform for the creation of entire worlds and the games you can cram inside them. Whether you're a builder, an adventurer, or an eternally youthful YouTuber, Minecraft will get its hooks into you and set you to work delving into underground dungeons, fighting dragons, building cities of the future, and blowing up everything with more TNT than you could possibly count. You don't need to have an unhealthy fascination with crime or a soft spot for scathing satires of pop culture to be able to appreciate Rockstar's latest open world caper. It does definitely help though. Amid all the explosions, the high-speed chases, and the inevitable liquor store robberies, GTA 5 is never less than compelling. You'll always believe that you're standing, or murdering, on the streets of a real city. Just pop down to its facsimile of Venice Beach and soak up some rays while watching the city's vulnerable population going about their regular lives. And if that's not exciting enough for you, it probably isn't, is it? Then just steal a jet ski, ram it into a boat, steal the boat, get hunted by the police, and end it all with a bike chase down Mount Chiliad. You already know space is big, right? Sure you do. But chances are, unless you are in fact an astronaut, it's all pretty abstract. Elite Dangerous is your chance to really experience how overwhelmingly vast it actually is though. Frontier have ambitiously recreated our galaxy, yes, all of it, from our own little blue and green marble to the black hole at the centre. And you can go wherever you want, provided you've got enough fuel. There's an incredible universe to explore. Imposing asteroid belts, binary star systems, unexplored planets. You can find wonders everywhere. And simply getting from A to B is a singular delight. Tiny touches like the windows frosting over and the interior vibrating and shaking makes it all feel dauntingly real. And now, with Horizons, you can make landfall, hopping into a bouncy buggy to mess around on the surface of an alien world. Just try not to crash. Arma 3 is the latest in the super serious Army Simulator series, try saying that 5 times, and sequel to the game that spawned the original DayZ mod. It's a combined arms military sandbox, letting you stomp around picturesque Greek islands, soar above them, or take the plunge while wearing some flattering scuba gear. While there is a campaign, Arma 3 is more of a toy box, like Minecraft, filled to the brim with tools that will allow you to craft your game, whether it's a hardcore, persistent multiplayer world or intimidatingly real military operations. It's not all grim soldiers shooting at each other either. Root around and you'll find everything from go-kart tracks to dinosaurs. Rico Rodriguez, Just Cause 3's sexy bearded protagonist, has only one love: explosions. For 3 games, he's been toppling dictators by smashing planes into ships, ramming jeeps into radio towers, and generally sowing chaos through, you guessed it, explosions. And in his 3rd outing, these explosions are even bigger and more absurd. Despite the simple premise, Just Cause 3 encourages players to get their creative juices flowing like a knocked over barrel of kerosene. With countless weapons and vehicles, inventive use of grapple hooks, and a wingsuit that's just a joy to control, Rico can tear across paradise, taking out military installations with more flair than a jewel-encrusted flamingo. Have you ever been kept up all night worrying that you've missed your calling as a jousting champion? Or perhaps deep down you've always known that you had it in you to be a serf-turned-cutthroat mercenary, when in fact you've been stuck being an accountant in London? Consider Mount and Blade a ticket to the life of your dreams then. It's up to you to decide how to make your way through the world. Build up your fortune as a penny-pinching trader, besiege fortresses as a knight at the head of an army, or just become a big pest, waylaying travellers with your band of vicious robbers. It's just like the real medieval era, but with more upward mobility and fewer plagues. Garry's mod is a lawless, loopy physics sandbox. It's like the Wild West, but with colourful source engine assets that you can do anything with. It furnishes players with props, character models, just a whole load of tools that can spring all manner of oddities and crimes against nature into being. Game design platform, video maker, impetus for countless daft shows, Garry Newman's bizarre creation is entirely driven by the mad brains of its users. Single player adventures and multiplayer worlds are yours to create, but if you're feeling less ambitious, you can just make Half-Life characters pull really silly faces, making it all worthwhile. This always happens, doesn't it? You've spent ages hunting down food, planting crops, preparing for the winter, and then a bunch of bloody hellhounds leap out of the darkness, and before you know it, you've burned down your whole camp in an attempt to chase them off. Oh, and now you're going insane. Brilliant. Don't Starve is sometimes grueling and often cruel, but it hides its claws under a lot of whimsy. Its silly characters and bizarre beasties lull you into thinking that something this charismatic couldn't possibly want to drive you around the bend. Don't be fooled. It's every bit as challenging a survival game as its po-faced peers, but it never forgets to be fun. Every step you take in Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl could very well be your last. If roving bandits and soldiers don't send you to an early grave, the local mutated wildlife will only be too happy to assist. Even the ground itself can be an enemy, a horrible radioactive foe that wants to poison you, if you're lucky, or tear apart your molecules if you're not. All of this just makes managing to survive feel like a monumental achievement, however. Making it through an enemy-infested and ruined Soviet-era settlement without succumbing to wounds or reality-warping anomalies is something to be truly proud of. What makes it all worthwhile? Selling your bizarre bounties foraged from out in the wild, and all the secrets you're bound to uncover. It's oppressive and challenging, but that tension makes the experience all the more exhilarating. What do you think of our list? Sandboxy enough for you? If it isn't, feel free to bury us in a creeper-infested pit, or just leave a comment. And be sure to hit that subscribe button.